What is up, guys? Welcome back to a brand new video. Today we're coming at you live with a brand new microphone setup. Introducing the Shure XM Small Mini version 2. It's a fantastic microphone. I think you guys are really going to enjoy it. No, really though. Welcome guys. Hope you're having a fantastic day. This is going to be the New Year's special. I'm so excited to get into all this because there's a lot to talk about today. So let's get right into it. End out 2016 right. So first off, I figured I'll go through some of the questions you guys asked on the video that I posted asking for your questions. Thank you guys for submitting questions. I really appreciate it. I got quite a few of them, so let's just ramble through some of them. Apologies if I don't get to one of your questions. I really appreciate you guys posting all these questions, but there are actually a lot more than I thought were going to be posted in the first place, so I'm not going to get to all of them, unfortunately. What's your favorite shiny normal Pokemon and legendary? So I guess I have to say Gyarados is my favorite normal shiny Pokemon. I know it's sort of a vanilla answer, but Red Gyarados is a super iconic thing. I remember it from Crystal version. It was one of my favorite parts of the game at the Lake of Rage. I mean, honestly, it's just something that I have a lot of nostalgia for, so I have to go with Red Gyarados. As far as legendaries are concerned, I can't really say that I enjoy very many of the legendaries, at least their shiny forms anyways, but I have to say Shuckle. What's your favorite food? Is it chicken? Do I look like a cannibal to you? That's offensive. That is just straight up insulting. I have to say, Chrysalin, I thought better of you. What was the best Pokemon game you played and your most useful and memorable Pokemon ever? Oh boy, that's a deep one. All right, well, I guess the best Pokemon game I ever played. I don't know. I mean, I could go with my first Pokemon game ever because it's when I learned how to play Pokemon. I taught myself how to play. I didn't have any guides, didn't have any friends that played it at the time. It was literally just me playing Crystal on my own, figuring out how to do stuff when I was a very little kid. So I almost have to go with Crystal. That said, I'd say so far the best game I've played full experience wise is definitely Pokemon Moon. Sun and Moon are fantastic games. The story is great. The visuals are great. The new Pokemon are great. Everything about it, I have to say, I really enjoyed as just a whole package. My most useful and memorable Pokemon ever has to be Totodile. I used it throughout the entire first game that I got, so all the way through Crystal, I used it way more than I should have. I over-leveled it a lot and fought uphill battles with it that I shouldn't have done. So definitely have to point out Totodile. What was your worst New Year's? Okay, I got one for this. Okay, so my worst New Year's ever was probably 3 or 4 years ago. 4 years ago, probably. I was streaming on twitch.tv. For those of you that don't know, I live streamed for like a solid 3 years where it was like my life, and I live streamed all the time, and I was gonna become a full-time live streamer. Obviously that didn't happen. I'm making YouTube videos now because I enjoy editing and everything. You really don't get that with live streaming, even though I absolutely adore live streaming a lot and would love to put it in the schedule. We'll talk about that shortly. But my worst New Year's ever was when I live streamed, or so I thought, for a solid 4 hours straight, and no one went in my chat. We had a solid community of people on my channel at the time, and I said I was going to be live streaming on New Year's, and I was really excited because a lot of people said they'd show up for it, and no one showed up for the entire 4 hours I was streaming. Unfortunately, I wasn't actually streaming. I never clicked the start streaming button. I left it on the preview because if you guys don't know, when you go to Open Broadcaster software, which is what I use to stream, you can click a preview button and it shows that you're like streaming to yourself. You get like a preview of what your stream's going to look like when you upload the stream to Twitch, okay? So basically, I was streaming to myself for a solid 4 hours straight and thought that all of my viewers abandoned me. That was definitely my worst New Year's, especially because I gave up hanging out with my family and everything, which is something that I really regretted doing as well. Honestly, it just didn't work out too well. Favorite Pokemon Go experience? I have to say, going to Riverside Park, the vlog that I did there with all the Magikarps and everything was honestly one of my favorite times playing Pokemon Go. I was hanging out with some friends, and it was just really fun. Also, I have to say, hanging out with my little brother has been fantastic, playing Pokemon Go with him. Generally, we're into a lot of different things now. He's into games that I've sort of grown out of, I guess you could say. games that I don't play anymore, and he plays them all with his friends. So it was really, really nice to finally have a game that we could both get into and both put some time into and hang out and play together. Is it possible that you and Trainer Tips Nick will collaborate in a video next year? Maybe, hopefully, I don't know. Haven't really talked to Nick a whole lot lately, honestly. I really would like to collaborate with him in the future. Likewise with Atlas and Twintendo. For those of you that don't know, we're kind of like a little group, I guess. I don't know. We had like a Twitter group and everything we talked in before the game even came out, and then it came out and everyone sort of went their own way and did their own thing. But we've been talking a little bit in the past few days actually, and it's been kind of nice. So maybe something will happen. Maybe we'll have a collaboration of some sort. There might be a little bit more than that in the future. Honestly, I really don't know. There was initially plans for a group channel that was going to have all of us doing like challenges and stuff. If you guys are interested in that, please let me know in the comment section below. But it's something that I really wanted to do, and I made the logo and concept for it and everything, and then it sort of just dropped off because Pokemon Go sort of just dropped off the public view, sort of, kind of, I guess. So just sort of a little bit of insight what goes into getting collaborations started and everything. There's a lot more behind the scenes that goes on. So yeah, hopefully that answers your question. How are you so fantastically genuine? Seriously though, great videos. Keep up the good work. Thank you so much, first of all. And second, I get this a lot. I honestly don't know what about me comes across as genuine. I mean, I don't put on a face for the camera. I like to be genuine, I guess. I don't really put on like a fake exaggerated personality most of the time. I mean, like, I'll come up with little bits and stuff for myself, but it's still me writing them, so I guess it's like, it's still my personality. So, I mean, I don't really know how to answer that question very well, but I guess it's because I make an effort to be like my own personality when I'm recording videos. What's your starter for Gen 2? Totodile, next question. What one Pokemon are you looking forward to seeing in the game? Shiny Snorlax, next question. What Pokemon from any generation is your dream to hunt down in Pokemon Go? Mine is Salamence from Gen 3. First of all, awesome choice. Second of all, Shiny Snorlax, next question. What other things do you like besides Pokemon? Well, I like a lot of things. I like Clash Royale, I like playing Magic the Gathering, I like playing games with my friends, I like let's see, Overwatch is pretty fun. I like going to concerts are a ton of fun. I mean, honestly, it's one of my favorite things to do. And just like the energy at big like rock and metal concerts are just unparalleled. I've never experienced anything else even close to it. Video editing, yeah. I like to think I'm an interesting person. What preparations have you been making for Gen 2? I'm saving Eevee candies for Umbreon and Espeon, and I noticed they've been spawning a lot where I live. What else would you recommend? Okay, I'd recommend getting those Onyx candies fastened down. I'd recommend if you have a Porygon, and we'll talk about that again very shortly. If you have a Porygon, I definitely want you guys to be getting candies for it. Make sure that you have at least 50 candies, if not 100 candies for it, or even 150 candies, because eventually that's going to be relevant as well. Porygon 2 is coming out with 2nd gen, and it's going to be one of the rarest Pokemon in the game. I am nearly convinced. I'm sure there's other stuff, and people have made better guides than me for it, so I'm not going to touch too much into it or do too much research on it. Just my own thoughts on it. Resolutions. Okay, let's touch on resolutions here. So first off, I'm gonna go on a diet. I'm gonna do well in school. No, really though, I am gonna start working out again. It was something I really enjoyed doing. I did it for the whole last summer, and then the semester before that, and the semester before that, and then that summer. So it's been a while that I worked out, and then this last semester in school has been so bad, honestly. So bad. So many classes I don't care about. So many assignments that just took up all my time. Just drained the life out of me, okay? It's why you guys probably haven't seen many videos from me. No, it's definitely why you guys haven't seen many videos from me in the past 4-ish months. Obviously, the past month I've been working for the new microphone, but that's beside the point. And then my other resolution, I'm only going to have 2 this year that are actually serious anyways, at least right off the top of my head. If I think of any others, I'll probably tweet about them or something. But basically, my second resolution is that I'm going to be back on a YouTube schedule. It was something that was super important to me for a very long time. always make sure that I'm on a schedule. Always make sure that you guys can be on a schedule with watching my videos, sort of like fitting them into a regular time slot on whatever day it is. Like, on Monday, Wednesday, Friday, I'd always have a video, for example. Okay, that was one of my schedules. So every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, you can regularly expect that I'm going to have a video out that's going to be 6 to 10 minutes long, or maybe a little bit longer, a little bit shorter. And then you can have a regular time slot that you watch that video in. And that is so, so important as a content creator, because you want people to be able to fit you constantly into their schedule. So once I revamp my channel, once the new graphics and everything, the new intro, new outro, the new overall style of the channel is done, I'm going to be back on a schedule. It's going to be super, super important that I keep on it, at least to me anyways, and I hope that it is to you guys. So definitely that is probably my bigger New Year's resolution for this year. Also, I don't like setting number goals for my sub count because it reduces you guys to a number, and I feel like that's just wrong, but I get asked constantly what my goals are as far as subscribers are concerned, and at this point, I would be very happy to maintain the 5,000 that I have right now, but for the next year, for the end of 2017, I don't think going to 10,000 is totally out of the question. See, if you look at what I started 2016 with, I started with 285 subscribers to my name. And if you guys are one of the first 285 people that were in my channel and my subs, you guys know that I've been at this for a very long time. I finally got serious about it this year. I put my head down and I got to work, and I think it paid off a lot. And I think that my work ethic, as far as the first part of the year is concerned anyways, is a lot of the reason that I am where I am right now. So theoretically, if just maybe I go back to that work ethic, at least towards YouTube, because obviously I had it towards college over the last semester. If I can put that back into YouTube, then I think it's realistic to say that my next goal and my goal for 2017 is 10,000. Anyways, my question for you is, what is your favorite Pokemon from each generation, 1 to 7? Also, will you do some more vlogs down by the river? Love your channel. Keep it up. Thank you so much for the support, Abby. Also, I do remember you from the emails. That's pretty cool. Okay, so let's get right into my favorites. I actually went through every Pokemon and wrote down my favorites from each generation. So first off, obviously, first generation, I have to say Snorlax. No contest, Snorlax. Second generation, really no contest either. I have to say Porygon 2. Now, if I had to pick a Pokemon that wasn't Snorlax from first generation, it'd be Porygon. Porygon is hands down one of my favorite Pokemon ever, conceptually for sure, and just visually, it's just an awesome Pokemon. So I'd have to say Porygon 2 for second generation. So as far as third gen is concerned, I have to say Wailord is my favorite. It's always been one of my favorite Pokemon. I remember putting them on Pokemon Ranch when Diamond and Pearl came out and Pokemon Ranch came out for the Wii, and I put them all in there, and then I cloned them and I put more of them in there, and me and my little brother used to have like little wars with like Bidoofs and Wailords going up against each other. It was hilarious. So definitely have to say Wailord just for those memories alone. But Regis, so Regirock, Registeel, and Regice are definitely a close second. Fourth gen, I think you guys all know, easily Munchlax. Moving on to fifth generation, we have Jellicent. Jellicent's just an awesome Pokemon in general. I mean, it's just this big floating ghost jellyfish. I mean, how could you not like that? Sixth generation, I really didn't like very much. Honestly, sixth generation was just boring to me. If I had to pick out one, I would say Klefki, but I don't know. Aegislash is really cool as an honorable mention, but Klefki definitely is one of my favorite Pokemon from 6th generation, although I just don't really like the generation very much. And then 7th generation, I've gotta say Guzzlord and Golisopod are tied. I can't pick one of them. They're so cool Pokemon. Honestly, some of my favorite Pokemon out of the entire Pokemon franchise are from 7th generation. Obviously, again, they don't come close to Snorlax over here, but you know, they're pretty amazing. And Beware is a close third place to those two. So moving on, I figured that I'd talk about a few of my future plans as far as content is concerned, because I am going to be changing things up a little bit on the channel. Now, first off, if you guys saw my video the other day, you know that I had a few reasons that were pretty serious in my opinion for not vlogging. Well, I'm happy to say in the past 48 hours that I've actually found a solution to 2 of the 3 problems, and the other one sort of just fizzled out because you guys are awesome and gave me a whole bunch of supportive comments. So basically, I am going to be selling my G7X because I really don't have any further use for it, and getting a Canon M3, which is sort of like a hybrid mirrorless camera, so you can like put actual lenses on it, which is fantastic, which is awesome, something that I love. It's a lot lighter than the 70D, which is what I'm filming on right now, so it's going to make it so it's easier for me to carry over long distances. And honestly, that's really the main issue that I had with the 70D. So I'm going to be able to plug in my actual $200 Video Mic Pro that I've got here, so we can actually use that again, which is just going to be fantastic. It's going to be solid audio, and I'll be able to go vlog again. There's some other stuff that I'm going to talk about in more depth in a future video, because it's not actually going to be happening until my G7X gets sold, and it needs to be repaired before I can sell it. So it's probably going to be a little while before vlogging comes back, but it will be back stronger than ever at some point over the first quarter of 2017. I also plan on doing some other mobile games. I know you guys probably came here primarily for Pokemon GO, but I really would like to venture into some other mobile games. I really enjoy a game called Clash Royale. It's created by the makers of Clash of Clans. I know you guys had to have heard of one of the two. But it's a fantastic game. It's super competitive. It's a lot of fun in my opinion. The whole lottery aspect of opening different chests and trying to get different cards is so much fun, and means that I can generally have a video out about it pretty frequently and be able to edit it just really well. So I hope you guys are down for that. I'm also going to be trying reserving my Pokemon Go news alerts to a weekly update form. So every Sunday, for example, I'm not sure if it's going to be Sunday or not, but every Sunday, let's just say for now, it's going to be a 10 to 15 minute sort of news show about everything Pokemon Go. So everything that's happened YouTuber wise, Niantic wise, anything we should be aware of, any new updates, just a teardown of the updates and all that. So we're going to be analyzing everything, and it's going to be a weekly thing that I can be putting on the same day every single week. I'm also thinking about getting a podcast together. I'm not sure what it would be about. I'm not sure what it would cover. I'm not sure who would be a part of it, but I'd really like to do that, especially because I'm getting the new audio setup. It's going to be so nice, meaning that I can actually have solid audio if I want to do a podcast. So if you have any suggestions for people or anything that have solid audio as well and would like to be part of a podcast, please feel free to drop their names below. I'd also like to live stream in the future. I'd like to get back to it. I really would like to have it be a weekly thing. I'm not sure if that's realistic or not, because I'm already reserving one day for content creation every weekend, and I'm going to have to work for school and everything, so I'm not sure how realistic it is, but I really would like to get back to scheduled live streams, because live streaming is something that I've always enjoyed. Again, it's something that I've done for a long time, and it's where I started, it's where my roots are, so I have to get back to it at some point. It might not be this semester, but it definitely will be eventually. So even though my channel is slowly dying and I'm going to have to hit 5K twice, I am ready for 2017. It is my year. I'm going to make it happen. We are going to grow together as the Coop. It's going to be the biggest year ever for this channel. I guarantee it. So I figured we'd do something a little special for the finale of this New Year's special. So we are actually going to be evolving the one and only Lord Helix. Now, Lord Helix was my first buddy Pokemon ever. I walked for an entire semester at school to get the candies I needed to evolve him. And yeah, 115.3 kilometers. As you guys can see, we had a long time to walk as far as getting candies for Lord Helix is concerned, but we finally got enough candies to evolve him, feed him enough of his own candies to make him his true final form. So let's get right into it, guys. I'm so excited to finally make Lord Helix the actual real Lord Helix. So, oh boy, I forgot how long this took. I don't know what else to say, so we're just gonna ramble into... Oh my god, we got Lord Helix, guys. Whoa. How do we make this more exciting? Okay, color change time. Lord Helix! Woo! Is that good enough for you guys? All right, Water Gun and Ancient Power. Don't think that's a very good lineup as far as his stats are concerned. He does not have perfect IVs. He does not have the perfect moveset, I don't think, but he is perfect to us. He is perfect for the stream. Hope you guys will accept him with open arms. We can also evolve this Mankey because that's another new Pokedex entry, which is pretty fantastic, but it's not new. It's sort of a step down from Lord Helix, but it's okay. Okay, we got a Primate. I'm not doing a dance party for that. That's not happening. I also got a Porygon for those of you that don't follow me on Twitter and didn't see the screenshot that I had, but I was so hyped to finally hatch this. Again, I think it's going to be one of the rarest Pokemon to evolve in second generation as far as the whole generation is concerned. Except for Pokemon, they deliberately make very rare and hard to find. I think Porygon 2 is going to be a super rare Pokemon to find actually evolved. So super, super excited to finally get one. I'm going to be making it my buddy Pokemon very shortly after I finish with Growlithe anyways. And then we're going to be able to evolve it into a Porygon 2 when that finally comes out. And honestly, it's a pretty fantastic Pokemon anyways, so I'm happy with it. You guys are so, so awesome, and I really, really appreciate the support. I hope you guys are ready for the revamped Chiken experience coming very, very shortly to the channel. We're going to be doing intro, outro, new graphics, new thumbnails, new overlays. Maybe not new thumbnails. I haven't committed to that. You heard nothing. But this humble little community just gets better and better every year, honestly. And I couldn't do this without you guys, so thank you so much. Hope you have a fantastic new year. Hope you had a fantastic holiday, and I hope to see you back here when the new revamped Chiken channel comes up and in all its glory rises to the top. Hope you guys are on board to come with me. So until the next video, peace. And that's a wrap.